Welcome to Bookshelf 24, where wisdom becomes your daily companion. Let me ask you something. Have you ever shared your dreams with others and then felt like the energy disappeared? Have you ever felt like the more you talk, the less you do? Well, today, you're going to learn why the most powerful people often move in silence, and how you can use that same strategy to win big, publicly, while staying low-key. This isn't just about hiding things. It's about protecting your energy. It's about choosing progress over performance. It's about becoming so focused on your growth that the world sees only the results, not the process. Are you ready to start building silently? Let's dive in. Chapter 1. The Power of Silence. Think of the most successful people in the world. Now ask yourself, do they announce every goal, or do they accomplish them first? In a world where oversharing is the norm, silence has become a superpower. Here's a truth most people don't want to hear. Talking about your goals tricks your brain into feeling like you've already accomplished them. Psychologists call this the social reality effect. When you tell others what you plan to do, your brain releases dopamine, making you feel rewarded, even if you've done nothing. So let me ask you, are you more addicted to talking about success or actually creating it? The silent path is hard, but it's also the most rewarding, because silence makes space for work, it makes space for discipline, and most importantly, it protects your focus. Chapter 2. Build in private, shine in public. Let's say you're working on a new project, you're excited. You tell your friends, your coworkers, even your neighbors. Suddenly, everyone has an opinion. You should do it this way. Why would you even try that? Someone else already did that better. What happens next? Doubt creeps in. You hesitate. The fire dims. But now imagine doing the same work, silently. No noise, no opinions, no pressure. Just you and the mission. When you finally reveal your work, it's not a plan, it's a product. And that product speaks for itself. Question. What could you build in 90 days if you didn't tell anyone? How much energy would you save if you didn't need approval? Chapter 3. The Ego Trap. Why we want to tell everyone. Let's be honest. Why do we share what we're working on? Validation. We want someone to say, "That's amazing." We want praise before we even produce results. But here's the problem. The need for validation kills discipline. It turns your goal into a performance. Instead of focusing on growth, you start focusing on applause. This is how the ego tricks you, and if you're not careful, you'll become addicted to being seen, not being effective. Ask yourself this: do you want to be great or just look great? Chapter 4. The Monk Mentality. Let's take a moment to reflect on the monk's mindset. Monks wake up early. They repeat disciplined actions every single day. They have clarity, peace, and purpose because they eliminate distractions. They don't go around saying, "Hey, look how mindful I am." They simply live it. Imagine applying that monk mindset to your daily life. Could you become so committed to your vision that you don't need to talk about it? Could you let your results whisper louder than your words? Here's the challenge. Go 30 days without talking about your goals. Not even to your closest friend. Just build. Let your silence become your strategy. Chapter 5. Disappear to rebuild. There is great power in disappearing for a while. Every successful person goes through a season of silence, a time when they step back from the world to grow, train, and evolve. Think of it like a caterpillar in its cocoon. It doesn't post Instagram stories about becoming a butterfly. It just disappears and transforms. So ask yourself, do you need a season of silence right now? Maybe it's time to stop updating the world. Maybe it's time to upgrade yourself. Chapter 6. Choose depth over noise. Here's a secret most people miss. Loud is weak, quiet is powerful. The loudest person in the room is usually the least certain. But the quiet one? They're observing, learning, storing energy, because they understand that real strength doesn't need to shout. Real strength speaks through results, not reactions. So the next time you feel tempted to announce your plans, ask yourself, am I doing this for growth or just for attention? Chapter 7. Focus is your currency. In a world full of distractions, focus is the new wealth. Every time you talk about your goals instead of working on them, you spend that wealth. You lose energy, you lose momentum, you lose your edge. Focus is what turns a dream into a discipline, and discipline is what creates the life you want. Here's your assignment. Protect your focus like it's your most valuable asset. Let's pause here. Till now, you've learned why silence is a superpower, how validation weakens discipline, why monks, masters, and high performers all embrace solitude, and how disappearing for a while could be the best decision of your life. But we're not done. Now, we'll go even deeper. You'll learn how to build an unstoppable routine in silence, practice quiet confidence, and create a system where results do the talking. You've chosen silence over noise, progress over performance. And now, it's time to go deeper. You've learned why talking less leads to doing more. But now it's time to answer a bigger question. How do you build a life of power, discipline, and deep success without shouting about it? Let's begin. Chapter 8. Quiet confidence. Let results talk. There's a type of confidence that doesn't need validation. It doesn't post about every win. It doesn't need to convince anyone. That's called quiet confidence, the kind that comes from doing the work when no one's watching. So here's a challenge for you. Instead of saying, I will become great, start living like it's already happening, behind the scenes. Ask yourself this: can you wake up every morning and grind, even when nobody is clapping, even when no one is watching? Because the applause will come, but only if the effort comes first. Chapter 9. Build a sacred routine without announcement. Do you have a sacred routine? A non-negotiable structure you follow, not because you told others about it, but because it matters to you. Most people announce, I'm waking up at 5 a.m. from now on. But few actually do it. Why? Because they made a public promise, not a private commitment. But a sacred routine? That's something different. It's the ritual you keep when no one is checking on you. It's how winners are built, not through motivation, but through mastery of their own time. So here's a tip. Don't make noise about your schedule. Just follow it. Let your consistency become your character. Ask yourself, what 3 small routines could you silently commit to for the next 30 days? Write them down. Don't post them. Just do them. Chapter 10. The Art of Strategic Silence. Silence isn't just absence of noise. It's a deliberate weapon. Sometimes when people doubt you, the best response is no response. Sometimes when others are watching, the best move is no move. Strategic silence lets you observe while others speak emotionally. It gives you time to reflect while others react. Think about it. How often do we weaken our position just by over-explaining? How many opportunities have you lost because you revealed too much, too early? Winners move in silence, not because they're afraid, but because they understand this. Not everything needs a reaction. Some things need results. So next time you feel the urge to speak up, pause and ask, is this silence power or is it fear? If it's power, keep it. Chapter 11. Your circle determines your noise. Let's talk about people. Some friends amplify your silence. They respect your boundaries. Others drown you in noise. They constantly pull you into distractions, doubts, and drama. So ask yourself this: who in your life feeds your growth, and who feeds your ego? Here's a rule. Surround yourself with people who don't need you to perform for them. You don't need cheerleaders, you need warriors. People who ask, did you stick to your schedule today? Instead of, when are you going to post your next goal? Because in silence, we rebuild. But with the right people, we multiply. Write this down. Protect your peace like it's property, because it is. Chapter 12. Stop explaining, start executing. Let's get real. if you constantly feel the need to explain your actions, you're not building, you're negotiating with the world. And here's the truth. Winners don't explain, they execute. While others are discussing, while they're debating, while they're asking why or what if, the silent ones are working. And when it's time to show up, their results do all the talking. Remember, nobody doubted Steve Jobs when the iPhone launched. Nobody questioned Elon Musk when the rockets landed. Because the results made the noise. So stop explaining yourself to people who haven't earned access to your vision. Just keep building. Chapter 13. Rejection, failure, and criticism. Handle it quietly. Here's something every great person knows. The loudest failures come when we share too early. If your idea isn't ready, protect it. If your goal is fragile, guard it in silence. Rejection hurts more when it's public. Criticism cuts deeper when we've broadcasted the plan. So what do wise people do? They fail quietly. They reflect silently. And then they rise, stronger, sharper, unstoppable. Let this be your mindset. I don't need to defend my vision, I need to develop it. Failures are stepping stones, but only if they don't become public spectacles. Learn, adjust, advance, silently. Chapter 14. Protect the inner flame. Every person has an inner flame, that fire that drives your purpose, your craft, your voice. But here's the catch. Too much exposure kills that fire. The more you explain it, the more you expose it, the more you risk losing it. Creativity thrives in privacy. Discipline thrives in routine. Purpose thrives in clarity, and clarity comes from silence. So if your inner flame feels dim, don't post about it. Instead, sit with it. Listen. And ask yourself, what truly matters right now? What am I building? What is worth protecting? Let those answers fuel you, not applause. Chapter 15. Silent seasons create loud results. Every great transformation happens away from the spotlight. Athletes train in silence. Entrepreneurs build in silence. Artists create in silence. Monks meditate in silence. And you too can enter your silent season, starting now. Let this be your commitment. For the next 90 days, I will say less and do more. I will focus on mastery, not attention. I will let my work speak louder than my words. Because here's the ultimate truth. You don't have to announce greatness. It reveals itself. Background music builds slowly. So, my friend, let's reflect. You now understand why silence protects your focus, how validation weakens your progress, why a sacred routine is more powerful than public promises, and why real confidence never needs to shout. You've now learned how to focus in silence and win in public. Let's end with one last question. Who will you become when no one is watching? Will you build? Will you master your time? Will you train your mind like a monk and rise like a king? The choice is yours. If this message moved you, if it sparked something in your heart, subscribe to Bookshelf 24-, where we bring timeless wisdom to life. Silence is your new superpower. Go now and build something so powerful that the world won't believe you did it in silence. Until next time, stay focused, stay silent, stay legendary.